Muskegon Channel. It's Andy O'Reilly today up in Dalton Township down on the end over there. That's Tony Barnes. He is the Dalton Township Supervisor. And I just met Al Stiles today. He is the fire chief up here in Dalton Township. You know what? For two guys that have lunch over at the ice cream shop over here every day, how do you stay so skinny?
So that's all we eat.
I know, I must be good, man. They got the what's the
Icebox
brand ice cream right around the corner. You guys got Michigan's Adventure. You got Thunderbird Raceway. You are really in the best spot in the county for everything going on.
Pretty much, we are.
It's a great spot.
It's a great place.
We're in the center of the county, Dalton Township.
Yep, dead center of the county.
Yeah, talk about everything that's going on up here. I mean, has it been a busy summer for you?
It's been steady. We've been pretty steady. Right now we're in a little bit of a lull, which is good, but
not a bad problem to have if you're in the fire department.
That's right. It means means we're taking care of our people right. But it's been good. We're pretty steady.
Fireworks? Anything to report fireworks? Because down in the city, you know where I'm from, down in Roosevelt Park, boy, that's what they all want to scream about. Fireworks.
Sure. It happens to us. We're just like every other community. We did have a few small minor incidents, but nothing to worry about. But we obviously want people to be safe when they're doing it. We understand what the laws say, but we understand.
It's a little more relaxed up here.
We try to be.
That's why we're here on weekends. We're right over on Crocker Lake, not too far from you guys, and we appreciate you guys looking out for us up this way and all that kind of stuff.
We're glad you're here. It means a lot to us.
Tony invited us up because we got a couple of things to talk. Now, in a couple of weeks, we're coming back because you're really proud of this big apparatus out back.
Correct.
Which we're going to talk about in a couple of weeks. But today, we want to talk about this millage that's coming up.
Absolutely.
First and foremost, this millage that we hope is going to pass for the Dalton Township people is, let's talk about this millage. I mean, it's not much that you're asking for, and it's really kind of essential.
Yeah, it is. It's a fairly small millage. We're looking for 0.75 of a mill, which I know sounds like a lot, and all of us are taxpayers, so
don't we know that?
We don't really like to talk about having to spend money, but when we look at things as townships and as organizations, and especially from our perspective, and I say myself and my staff, we were about providing quality care.
Yeah.
Which I believe we do. We do a great job for a part-time, paid-on-call organization. I'm the only full-time employee. The rest of our staff is part-time. They have another job besides coming here, and they dedicate a lot of their time to giving back to the community.
Sure.
And with that, we have to have quality equipment.
Yeah.
Well, in time, obviously, things happen. We have to increase some funding because we have to buy new
That's
things.
the way it is.
It's the way it is.
And you were explaining to me, and what it comes down to really is the need for a new truck.
Yes.
Immediate need for a new truck.
Right.
And you were explaining this, and I've done the assistant mayor thing for a little while, but this ISO thing.
Right, the Insurance Services Organization.
Okay.
What that is it's an evaluation process done by this organization that bases their area's insurance rates based on the fire department.
What you have to offer.
Which we have to offer.
Okay.
And they test a lot of our system, and they look at our training. They look at our 911 center, which we have a great 911 center. But it also looks at stuff here locally, the number of fire hydrants we have, the number of employees we have. And they look, a big portion of it is the apparatus we have, or the fire trucks. We have some great fire trucks. The problem is they're getting near the end of their life.
Is that right?
When I say the end of their life, yes, it still works, and it does. It works wonderfully. But we get scored on the age of that fire truck.
Sure.
And the one is at its, this fall will be at its 20th year.
20 years, and it looks so good. We just took a tour through the fire barn out there. I mean,
They
you know what?
take
For
care
a
of
fat kid from Sparta, going through a fire barn is still a thrill.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
And it is. It is a great piece of machinery. But it is becoming outdated. Newer technology, newer things. So we have to replace that. With us only having an operating millage, we don't have any other millage but the 1.1 mil we get for operating. That means we have to pay for everything out of that. And it's not cheap to outfit one firefighter. Just in their equipment is $3,000.
Is it really?
Just to outfit them. That doesn't count the schooling they have to go to. It doesn't count their wages. It doesn't count the electric bill. Things we have to do here. So we have to. Everything comes out of one pot.
And you have to keep in mind too that these are people that we rely on as first responders to take care of us in a car accident. If something goes wrong at Michigan's Adventure, they're the first ones on the scene. If there's something in an accident, you were telling me out in the garage there that you guys respond to more car accidents than just about anybody else in the county.
Well, I wouldn't say more car
All right.
accidents. We respond to more times where people are trapped in their vehicles and
Right.
you have to use what the people call the jaws of life,
Right,
the
right, right.
hydraulic rescue tools. We typically put those on the ground once or twice a month,
No
especially
kidding.
during the summertime.
Wow.
So we're pretty busy with that, and it's important. We want to have quality for that, for those that, even the visitors. And again, Michigan's Adventure is a unique place. Part of it is covered by the White Lake Fire Authority, and part of it is covered by Dalton Township.
Sure.
We basically split the park. So, but that increases our traffic during the summer. You know,
Yeah.
again, you mentioned the Thunderbird Raceway. We're out there every weekend. The guys go out and put their time in out there. To provide safety for, again, not just the drivers, but for the citizens and,
Sure.
and the people that come to visit. And we have people from all over the state.
Midwest.
Midwest.
Yeah.
Come
I've been
here.
around them racetracks for a while. I know they come from everywhere,
And
man.
it's great, and we love being out there.
Sure.
And so when we discussed my senior staff, my command officers, and then if we really wanted to do this and then go to the board, because again, nobody wants to ask for money.
Right.
We said we really need to do this, and we sat down and really, and we've put a lot of time into finding out every fact we can. And again, with this ISO, it talks about numbers, and one of the biggest things that is going to get us is this age of this fire truck. And we did obviously have been trying to put away money every year to try and save it up, but the cost of a fire truck these days is not cheap by
No.
any means, and so it's gonna without it, it's gonna hurt us.
As you're explaining to me too before we came on, the average cost for somebody in Dalton Township is going to be what with this millage?
We based it on this 0.75, comes up to $37.50 on $50,000 of assessed value.
So if they were to vote this through, and we're not telling you how to vote by any stretch of the imagination,
Not at
what we're telling you is to get out and vote.
Right,
Absolutely.
sure.
So if they vote this through, it'll be $37.50 somewhere in there. Isn't that what you said?
Based
On
on
average.
based on $50,000.
If the ISO rating changes, what's it going to cost?
it'd probably double that price.
That means your homeowner's insurance will go
Your
up
homeowner's
twice
insurance.
as much as what the millage request is.
Potentially, yes.
Potentially.
Yeah. So I hate to use the analogy, but either
I'm
way,
not the best in math, but I mean I get double.
right.
I get that in a
And
big
either
hurry.
way, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
To us, it makes sense to pay it back to the people that are going to take care of you, not
Sure.
to an insurance agency or a company that again, I get you may never use, but
Right. Well, you'd hope you never use.
right. But that time you
Yeah.
do need
We
it.
also hope we never use a fire department. I mean, no
Right.
one ever
Right.
wants to make that call, but
Right.
when you do make the call, you want the best train, the best equipment coming your way as
Yeah.
fast as possible.
Yeah, and it's amazing to think that you guys, I mean, just to tour through the fire barn out there to see all the implements that you do have. I mean, the lake rescue equipment, some of the lakes around here are kind of tough to get into.
They are.
And you got that inflatable for that kind of thing.
Exactly as you bought it.
You know, you've got the big trucks, you got the one that needs to retire now. And you really service a part of the county that might not get the attention that other parts do, you know,
Sure.
downtown and the lakefront and all
Mhm.
that other kind of stuff. But in the reality of it, this is where a lot of people come. When they come to Muskegon County, they come right here.
They do.
And their vacation homes are here, and their, you know, their grandpa's cottage is here, and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, for 20 miles up the road from
Right.
everything else in town, you guys are central.
We
You
are.
know, I mean, that's a big deal.
We're on the north end. We're the middle, and that's the other kind of neat part about where we are geographically.
Yeah.
Any of the other agencies north of the river that need help, we go to them.
Yeah.
We're helping them as they come to us as well. But we all help each other out, and this again, this piece of apparatus can help us and help others if we need to, because again, it isn't easy.
Yeah.
You know, if this was easy, everybody would do it.
Right.
And it's not.
Sure, and as far as the location of our township goes, I mean, we have 7 other townships that abut ours and a village. So
Yeah.
we have the highway, we have Whitehall Road, we have M120, we have major heavy traffic. If
Yeah.
they're going north, they're coming through, and on the holiday weekends, we've seen it where the traffic is just bumper to bumper. and they're
Holiday
cruising.
weekends.
Well,
Sure.
On the way here, I
Absolutely.
mean, I saw, you know, 2 guys on bikes coming up 120. There was probably 50 cars behind them.
Sure.
I mean, that's any given weekend.
And this week, here's another great weekend coming
Yeah.
up. The Muskegon Bike Time.
Yeah, we got
downtown.
that going on too.
We know we're going to
Rebel Road.
Yeah.
Rebel Road,
Rebel
Bike
Road.
Time.
Bike time, Rebel Road.
Both of them, but you know what you're going to see? Well, we see an increase in traffic.
That fight, right?
It's a fight, but either way, it's
I'm
people.
glad they're back
you know?
together.
Well,
right?
they're kind of back together,
That's
but they're
right.
kind of apart.
Right.
And you know what I've been saying ever since? nobody 3 miles east of Nunica cares.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Right.
They don't care if it's bike time. They don't care if it's road. They
That's
just want
right.
to come out and party. That's all they want to
That's
do.
And that's great.
Yeah.
But again, they're probably going to come through us.
Yeah.
So you're potentially.
If you're coming from the north,
Yep.
yeah, or coming down from Fremont.
And
or
again,
anything.
people wanted to go on vacation.
Sure.
You just said it. Well, Rothbury
Yeah.
last couple of weeks, and
Tell
you
me
were there.
about it.
But we got to see them too as they were
Yeah.
coming in and going out.
Absolutely.
So, and again, we want to interact with those people. We want
Yeah.
to be available. And we want to do the right thing, and that's one of our big pushes here, especially in Dalton. We're a very tight group of 20. We really take care of each other. We care about us as a group. And we truly care about our citizens, and it's great to see our citizens that care about us. It's humbling as a leader of an organization to go out to our Twin Lake fireworks that we had here recently, or the Fox Lake, or the Lakewood Club's fireworks that we go and protect. People coming up and just saying thanks
Yeah.
for being you, and
It's a great thing.
that means so much to us as an organization, and the guys and gals really do appreciate it, because
Yeah.
they just like that occasional pat on the back. And
Yeah.
again, we don't want it because we want to do it today. Thanks, boss. we don't always want we want the biggest and the best. We just want to
What you need.
do the best,
Yeah.
and do the best that we can for what we have. And again,
This vote is coming up when?
August 8th.
So you got a little time to spread the word,
Yep.
get the word out.
Yep, social media wise, we're going to be putting it out on social
And
media.
like anything else, any of us, even from my small role in politics, it's never about vote yes, vote no. It's about get out and vote.
Right.
Let your voice be heard.
Absolutely.
And if what you've heard here today sways your thought, and you think that's the coverage you kind of need, think about that when you walk into that polling place, and don't just sit there and go, well, it'll pass or it won't pass or whatever. Be a part of it. Get out and make your voice heard.
Right, and that's all we ask is to get out, because then we're going to know.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. We want to know if we're doing this right for the public. And I think we've mentioned it, and I've always been that, and especially anybody that knows me personally knows that I encourage people to call and ask questions.
Yeah.
I'll give you every piece of data I can give you.
Sure.
The board tends to get excited when I come into a board meeting and I tell them I'm going to be as transparent as I can be, because I want it to be honest. And again, it isn't my fire truck. And as we tell everybody, this isn't ours. We're just the key holders of it. We
Yeah.
just keep it. It's the citizens' fire trucks.
Correct.
We have the big thing we love to talk about all the time is our open house we have here in October. We'd love to have you come back for that.
That'd be fun.
In October, during Fire Prevention Week, the second Wednesday, we always have an open house here. We have an antique fire truck out back that we've retrofitted to carry people on to take them for fire truck rides.
Fun.
And we get about between 600 and 700 people in a 2-hour span on a Wednesday night, even if it's raining.
Correct.
They come out. The Jeep thing you did with the off-field, the four-wheeler off-road group.
Yep.
Topless.
Topless day.
Yep.
190 some people here on a rainy day.
Yep.
They just had a blast here, and we had a blast. The staff was just having
Love
a
it.
fun time, and that's what it's about. Is again to do the right thing, but we can't be successful somewhat without this millage. And again, we just want you to get out and vote.
Get out and vote.
What you need to do, but again, just remember it's at 3750. When I came up with the first number, I was talking to my wife actually about it, and I said we can't even take the family out for dinner once.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
And that's just an entire year. I really can't.
You can't even get out of a fast food restaurant
No.
for that kind of money.
You can't.
With a family of four, really.
You can't, and that's the problem. But we
Think
just hope you
about
get
it.
out and get out there.
We'll put the links up here on the Muskegon channel. I thank you guys for taking a few minutes out of it today. It seems like important stuff. And you know that last thought you gave there about it's the citizens' trucks. I could use the keys. You know.
I'll take you for a ride.
No, I'm pretty good at driving big things.
Sure.
I'll get it around the block once or twice.
I'll take you for a ride.
Yeah. Okay. I gave it a shot.
Good try.
All right,
Tony
thank you.
Barnes, Chief Styles, thank you very much. Good to see
Appreciate
you
it.
guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
All the
sir.
details will be right here on the Muskegon channel. Get out and vote.